Welcome to Nifty Notions from So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and today's Nifty Notion is more of an update, just to let you know that Quilters Select has come out with some new ruler sizes for their collection. And the new sizes are 3" by 18". A few more squares to add to the collection, 6.5" by 6.5", 10 by 10, and a great big 18 by 18, 8.5 by 24. Let me show you some of the features of the Quilters Select rulers. The rulers have this creamy yellow color to them, which makes it very easy for you to see the numbers over top of the fabric. The marking lines start at 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and of course our 1" marking. And there's all the standard angles that we use the most: 60, 45, and 30. It has a double numbering system. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going up, and in the lighter color I have 1, 2, 3, 4 going down. So it doesn't matter which angle I use this, I'm going to be able to count up or count down. So at a glance, this is going to be really easy to use those numbers. The most known thing for the ruler is the non-slip surface. The back is not tacky at all. It feels like a very soft velvet, and that velvet feeling is what holds onto the fabric very well. That anti-slip is most noticeable when we're doing squares. Normally we need to cut around the two sides, pick up the ruler, and do the other two sides. Or we will cut two sides and then turn the mat to cut the other two sides, because lifting up the ruler could mean shifting the fabric underneath. With this non-slip surface underneath, we don't need to move the mat. We will only need to move the ruler. Once our two cuts are done, we can just take this ruler and turn it. And that fabric just stays right on. It doesn't come off at all. So this means I can cut my third side, turn the ruler, and cut the fourth side. There's no trying to cut in front of me or on a bad angle. We now know that block underneath is definitely exact. Another nice thing is those corners don't move as we're cutting. I can cut small pieces and not worry about that end shifting one way or the other, because the ruler is holding it down. And I could just pick it up and move the ruler to the next cut, and nothing underneath is moving. I like to cut a lot of time with two rulers. I have one side that needs to be cut off, but I'm right-handed, so I would need to turn that edge to cut it and then turn it back. So with two rulers, I place the first ruler down, lining up the edges, leaving that edge exposed that I want to trim off. If it's something small, I'm going to be able to just turn that. The fabric's not going to move. But if it's a long row, I might not want to move it. I'm going to be able to place the second ruler and butt it right up against the first ruler. So there's no space between the rulers. I can now pick up that first ruler and trim that edge. And that fabric sticks so well, I don't worry about how thin I need to trim that off. It stays. Even the smallest piece of fabric, I can still turn. Trimming that first edge off will allow me not having to move that big piece. Then from there, I'm going to be able to cut the pieces. The rulers are sold mostly at quilt shops, and a lot of times they'll let you use them because they're using them themselves. So you'll be able to test it out for yourself and see if you like it. Between all the different squares and all the different longs, we are now covered. Thank you for joining me today on So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe, and as always, come on back. Let's see what we're talking about next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.